It's a pleasure to be here. So, you all spoke about good thing about this man, Dato' Peter, right? He prayed for one connection, and unfortunately, I am the connection. And I hold on to my Isaac so dearly, and this man is so forcefully asked me to give up my Isaac. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful throughout the years of how he has blessed in my life and the whole team of today. And Pastor, you mentioned that he's very humble. You have not seen him on the basketball court. Yeah, he is a very humble man. Okay, so when we spoke about Isaac, when we spoke about something that we hold on so dearly to give up that thing is something very tough. And personally, it was very tough for me. Why? Because of the timing. That time, I was about to form a family. My wife was about to give birth. So when he asked me to give up, I was like, no way. This is the bread and butter for my family. How am I going to give up? Am I crazy? I was like, this guy, why is he asking me to do this? So he invited me to follow him. He said, you come and stay with me for 1 month. I was like, wow, Dato' Peter. Stay with Dato' Peter for 1 month. And the key thing here is that we all have our own Isaac, right? So I'd like to share why was there courage for me to give up my Isaac back then. Of course, because it's from him, Dato' Peter, reputable man. But it was still very tough. It was very tough for me. And the first thing that made me give up my Isaac was, of course, he is a mentor who brought me to God. I was a born Christian. I was born in a Christian family, but I don't really believe in God. So through his teaching, and more importantly, through his life that I observed day in, day out, I was like, is that really? A businessman can be so down to earth? A businessman can really care about people, can love people more than anything else? It was an eye-opener to me. Everything that I know about how to run a business, I couldn't see it on this man. So that was the first thing his life and how he feared the Lord has transformed me. That is the most important thing. So I started to communicate with my wife. Can we give up on what we have right now? Because my mentor says it's not good. No choice, I asked him to be my mentor. So I have to listen to him now. So my wife supported this idea, my parents supported this idea, and my subgroup member, they said, okay, go ahead. So I got the support, we prayed over it, and then we go ahead. And when we start to be obedient, we start to experience the supernatural power from the Lord. And I'd like to share a verse from Luke 9:23. Then he said to them all, if anyone will come after me, he must deny himself and take up the cross daily and follow me. So that was the first part of it. And then second part of it is that for whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me will save it. That time I was convicted and I make a promise to God. I said, Lord, I'm saved, I'm given a second chance, and I want to follow you. Through this man, I've seen how great you are. So I started to surrender my life to the Lord. And today is not my session, it is his session. But to cut the long story short, when I started to obey God, I started to see God's miracle. It is really amazing how the Lord has started to send mentees in my life. They are there today. 2 of them are at the back. These are them. And eventually, I've seen how the Lord has breakthrough the business. We start from scratch, literally from scratch, from nothing. And today, the business that we have is at least 4 or 5 times bigger than the one that I hold on to so dearly. Yeah. So it is proven that God works. And the most important thing is that when in the process, I told myself, I'm given a chance to restart the whole thing again. Let's do it right. So when it comes to decision making, just now Dr. Peter mentioned about, it's Pastor Yao.
We are all
Yao.
marketplace.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Brother Yao mentioned integrity. So I was like, let's try and see, okay? Let's try. We apply license without bribing. Because I was very used to that method, use money to settle. Eventually, it worked. And not just that, it worked. We get the respect from this education department. To what extent, when parents complain to them about the school, then they say, why don't you send your children to Stellar? Yeah, and a group of them came. How do you get to know us? Oh, the education department introduced you. Yeah. So God is really amazing. When we start to obey, we will start to see. There are a lot of miracles that I will not share today. So is it over? It sounds like, wow, beautiful story. It was a very tough journey. But is this over yet? No, not yet. Constantly, we are still facing a lot of challenges even at this season. I just had a slip disc last Monday. So I thank God I can walk now. And when I was in the hospital, I was thinking, what is the value of life? It made me really appreciate what I had. And it is a good reflection time. So at every season, we face with new Isaac. We always have something that we want to hold on so dearly. That was during the quiet time was a good chance for me to come to the Lord and ask God, what is actually stopping me, Lord? What is actually stopping me right now from coming to you? Because for everything in the world, the cravings of sinful man, the lust of his eyes, and the boasting of what he has and does, comes not from the Father, but from the world. At every season, we need to ask ourselves, what is stopping us? Is it greed? Is it temptation? Is it our pride? Is it our unforgiving spirit that is stopping us? That's between we and God. But one thing for sure is that when we surrender our life to the Lord, He is always faithful. So I want to give thanks. I want to be grateful to my mentor. Take this opportunity to thank him. Throughout the years, he doesn't know that he has blessed so many people. There are 150 of us on the team, and staff strength 150, and we have about 600 to 700 students. So he has blessed so many people. And let's come to the Lord and give up our Isaac. He will always be faithful. Thank you.